Hey everybody, welcome to the 20th episode of California Wine TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host Scott Sheldon, and I'm thrilled to be here. So we made it to 20 episodes. I'm so thankful for everyone who's been showing your support and tuning in. You guys are awesome. And I figured since I made it to episode 20, I deserve to do what I want in this episode. So we're going to cook a little pizza today. I'm going to share with you my favorite wine, and we're just going to have a lot of fun and be casual with it. So I got my pizza dough here. You can make it yourself. You can buy it from the pizzeria if they'll sell it to you, maybe around the corner from your house, or some of the markets nowadays you can actually buy the dough there. And in this case, I bought it from the market. You just let it sit for about 15 minutes. Got my pizza stone hot in the oven. Just going to roll this out a little bit, and you just want to have it on a nice flat surface. And you want to have some flour on here so that, because it has a tendency, the dough is really sticky. And the objective here is not necessarily to get this perfectly round. You just want to get a nice flat surface that will be a vehicle for the toppings and the sauce, if you will, which are my favorite parts. So we're just going to continue to get this as thin as we can. Keep rolling this out. Turn this around so I get a little bit better angle on it. You know, some people like to do it by hand, some people like the rolling pin. There's all different ways that you can do this, but the objective is really just the same. Nice. I like the really thin crust myself. So I'm going to work a little bit harder to get it a little bit thinner, just for my liking. All right, perfect. And like I said, I don't care if it's round or regular shaped, really doesn't matter to me. And I got some nice tomato sauce here. We're going to ladle on. The fun thing with making pizza at home is you can just make any kind of toppings, any kind of sauce you want to put on here. And I think that's one of the reasons why pizza is so popular, is because, I mean, you can just make it custom. Just put whatever you want. If you don't like tomato sauce, put pesto sauce, or put a mushroom garlic oil sauce. You can use any kind of cheese, any kind of meat. You can use vegetables, make it vegan. The options are really just endless. So I got our sauce on here. Got some fresh mozzarella cheese. I'm going to throw on here. You can use like a smoked Gouda. Any kind of cheese will work well, really. Prosciutto. It's fun to experiment, try different things. I'm just going to, I like a lot of cheese, so I'm going to be a little bit generous with it. And you know, some of it too is whatever toppings you have, you know, in the fridge left over, right? Some great olives that I had left over, so I'm going to just, you know, use these. I didn't plan to, but it just kind of worked out that way. So put some beautiful, nice olives on here. Went ahead and take the pits out, of course, if they have pits in them. Nice julienne ham. Lay some of that on there as well. It's one of my favorite toppings. And again, this is my show, 20 episodes. I'm going to do what I want here. But again, you know, just you can do anything you want. Some people like, you know, barbecue chicken on their pizza. Some people like shrimp. You just go wild with it. Little julienne basil, also one of my favorites. Really adds a nice little kick, flavor, and some nice color to the pizza as well. All right, so now we're going to get our pizza stone out of the oven here. Be careful, these things are very hot. You want to always put it in the medium rack, kind of in the oven, is where you want to keep this thing. Now we're going to transfer this over, get it on the pizza stone. Once again, we got the fire alarm going off. Not the first time this has happened at California Wine TV, but we're not going to let it stop us. All right, well, I guess I'm going to deal with that, and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So sorry for the drama in the kitchen yet again. If you are a fan of the show, you know that I have this thing with smoke alarms, fire detectors. It seems like every time I cook, an alarm or something goes off in the kitchen. It's all good, you know. So I want to keep it real on the show. That's what it's all about. So for episode 20, like I said earlier, I wanted to kind of just do what I wanted to do, cook what I wanted to cook, and showcase my favorite wine. And it doesn't really matter so much if it goes together 100%. That's really not the whole idea. It's just to have fun, have a good time, and that's why we're here. So 2008 Prisoner. Check that out from Orin Swift. Actually, this deserves a better, hopefully you can see that super zoom. Really cool label on that wine. David Phinney from Orin Swift, the winemaker, and 15.2% alcohol. Paid $35 for this wine. And this wine, I tell you, it always causes excitement. When I go into a restaurant, I bring this wine, sit down. Literally a couple minutes later, the manager's over. Oh yeah, do you like that wine? Have you ever had it before? Or, you know, someone next to me at another table will, you know, turn around and, oh man, that's like my favorite wine. It always causes some controversy. It's pretty funny. But like I said, one of my all-time favorite wine right now for sure. And let's talk a little bit about the winemaker, David Phinney. He, you know, in college, he was doing an internship for a congressman, decided that really wasn't what he wanted to do. He was hanging out with his roommate, and it just so happened his roommate's family was in the wine business, and his roommate was like, dude, why don't you like get in the wine business? It seems like you really like wine. I can tell you don't like politics. And so he got this idea, why not? So he decided, I'm going to start a Robert Mondavi. I'm going to start in the fields at the very, very bottom with everyone, just with the workers out in the field picking grapes. And he did that for about a year, and then he figured out how to get his hands on 2 tons of Zinfandel grapes, and then Orin Swift was born. And so it's kind of a cool story of how you can, just one person with a dream, you can make things happen. And now his wine is on, you know, like Wine Spectator's top 100 lists more than once. It's been on there. And so it's a pretty incredible story for this guy. And so let's, I'll stop my blathering and let's pour this baby up. All right, so right away you see this is the beautiful color of this wine. Give you a better shot of that. This is what you'd really call a garnet, like a cross between a purple and a red, a little bit lighter around the edges, you can see. All right, let's give this a smell. Wow, this wine is total stereotypical definition of a fruit bomb. It's just got cherries, black raspberries, blueberries. I mean, it's just like a wave of fruit that just smacks you in the face. It's $35. You know, it's hard to find that in a wine, you know, for that price. I'll tell you that. Some mocha, a little bit of kind of like a bittersweet chocolate action. Let's see what else is going on in here. It's a little hint of oak and cedar, a little woodsy earthiness, which is very, very nice. Nice compliment to the fruit. Let's give this wine a taste. This is what I would call a sexy wine. Those fruit flavors just keep going right on. That frontal attack, the first thing that hits your mouth, the beginning of the attack is just pure fruit explosion, and then it just continues on, and it's incredible how long the finish on this wine just keeps going. Nice soft tannins. This wine, you're going to want to drink it now or in the next couple of years, definitely. You're not going to want to cellar this wine for like 5 or 10 years, that's for sure. It's going to be ready much sooner than that. Yeah, I really like kind of like that cedar box. A little bit of like an Asian spice thing going on as well. This wine has just a dynamic, incredible structure to it. The depth and complexity of it is, again, for a $35 wine, is phenomenal. And I've had other vintages of this wine, and they seem to, they all have the same flavor profile. So if you've had this wine before and you haven't had the 08, definitely, check this out. But this wine has got style. That's what I gotta say. What a blend. I mean, Zinfandel, Cabernet Sauvignon, Petite Syrah, Syrah, Grenache, and Charbonneau. I mean, put all that together. It's not an easy thing to do, and in fact, it goes against a lot of rules of traditional winemaking to do that kind of a blend, really. It's just a big, bold, beautiful wine. I love this wine. It's just so smooth and silky too, on the palate. It's really incredible. So because of all the commotion earlier, if you forgot, we were cooking pizza. See my very rustic shaped pizza. I don't like looking like a cookie cutter Domino's action. I got some ham, olives, some fresh basil on here. Let's give it a little taste. Wow. Let's pour a little more wine since we're celebrating here. Awesome. So, it doesn't always have to be like the best pairing that the critics say, like, yeah, you gotta, have lamb chops or, a New York steak with this wine. Those are great combinations, don't get me wrong. But in this case, I want to have my favorite wine. I feel like some pizza. There's nothing wrong with that combination. I'll tell you that right now. So I just want to thank everyone for your dedication, for hanging in there with me. I didn't know if I would get to 20 episodes, but it's been so much fun. And I just want to thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Please check out the website if you haven't, www.californiawinetv.com. We actually have a free little, very casual food pairing guide that you can sign up for. And, it's not such a snobbish approach, just kind of a genuine, casual. These are some terms that you may want to know. If you're trying to have a little dinner party, try some new things. Also with food and wine pairing, it's kind of a good blueprint to follow. And also when you enter in your email, you'll get, we have a little weekly thing where you get wine and food tips as well through your email, and it's all free. So I recommend you guys check it out. So again, thank you so much. Episode 20, we got The Prisoner, we got homemade pizza. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care.